Good afternoon. This is Deb Amlen for the New York Times, and welcome back to Crosswords Live. I'm here with my solving buddy, Sam Ezersky. How you doing, Sam?
I'm coping just fine, Deb. How
Yeah,
about
I figured. I figured. We've been hearing a lot about that, about how you're coping today. Do you want to say anything before we get into the puzzle?
you? Yeah, I here. I
Well,
woke up
first of
this
all,
morning.
we should talk about the fact that Sam is the editor of our spelling bee puzzle, and we've been getting a lot of emails and messages from our wonderful readers and solvers, and
Lovely solvers.
we love you guys dearly, and we are so honestly, and I'm not
Yeah.
being sarcastic here, we are so touched by how much you guys are into that game. I know I'm hooked. I play it every day, and my family does too. But so, there was a little bit of a kerfuffle in
An
today's,
adieu, if you will.
an ado,
Crosswords.
yes, in today's spelling bee. Sam, would you like to just tell us what happened?
Happily. I've been editing Spelling Bee for almost, close to 2.5 years now at this point, which is pretty crazy. I would say this is the first time where some unbelievably common word, and in this case, cope, COPE, which
Yeah.
feels especially weird in 2020,
Yeah.
was just off the list. Solvers, I really could not tell you what happened. I sympathize completely in both bafflement and frustration,
Well,
and I
we
couldn't
we
tell you. Cope has
we
vanished.
definitely
Is not
we
here
don't
anymore.
hold it against you. Can you just explain what happened? Did it just your list is generated by a dictionary?
Yes, so there's a back end word list that I curate, and I'm always down to talk more about this stuff. I basically, basically, I curate a word list of possible finds in a given day's spelling bee, and I filter it by, words that I believe that our audience should be able to find without seeming like too much of a deep cut.
Right.
Mileage varies. There's a lot of subjectivity to it, though I
Mhm.
think we can agree on one thing: the word cope should have been there.
Yes.
And it wouldn't be something that wasn't in the list to begin with. And it wouldn't be something that I just consciously deleted. Yeah, cope's obscure. Oh boy.
Mhm.
But I really don't know. This
Oh,
is uncharted territory. So
possibly a computer glitch. It wasn't caught, and
I
but
won't blame our
you have
developers. That's on me.
solvers should know that once a spelling bee puzzle is published, Sam cannot make any changes to it because it will disturb people's scores, and it'll change this whole scoring system. However, so once a word is suggested to Sam and Sam agrees to put it in, he can't do it for that particular puzzle, but has put it in for all future puzzles.
Yes. Cope has probably appeared in past puzzles too. That's why I'm like,
Yeah,
I
I'm
must
sure.
have just axed like two words that were right next to it and just was unwittingly was like, okay, let's get rid of this one too
So,
without really seeing
so
that.
for
I don't know.
if the
But
dictionary list isn't even coping, I don't know what we're supposed to be doing. But you know what? We're going to cheer up because we're doing a really cool puzzle
we
today.
are. We're gonna. I'm going to recover nicely as
Yes,
I solve this
absolutely.
puzzle.
You have to be pretty pliant to do this one. I
Mhm.
should say that our constructor, I'm sorry, Sivakumar, please forgive me, Sid, is in the house.
Hey,
Um,
what's good, Sid?
yeah, and Artie says if that's the worst that can happen in 2020, we're good. So all is forgiven,
I
Sam. You can
think
go
worse
home
has happened.
now.
Um, Hello,
um,
Sid.
yes,
Thanks for joining
and
us.
Piano Man is here. Today's puzzle, I'm sure we just mentioned, is by Sid Sivakumar. How many puzzles is this for Sid?
It's crazy. This is only Sid's third puzzle for the Times, but I have to
Wow.
tell you, Sid, from the editing side, like Sid is a constructor to watch. Everybody, this is someone who has just shown talent from the get go with their work. Is extremely prolific outside of the Times too.
Yep, and he has
Has
his
his
own
own
website.
website,
Yeah.
sidsgrids
James.
dot com, I believe, right?
I believe Sid's Grids, yes.
Sid can tell us. And also, I think brings awareness to some really good things in the crossworld too that I think every solver out there could
Absolutely.
hear.
Sid,
So
put a link to your website in the comment box so people can find it. He publishes puzzles by a lot of different indie people, and it's a very cool site.
a very good site. So, without further ado, I just want to say to set us up for this Thursday puzzle, our minds are going to have to be very flexible, as you've
Yes,
acknowledged, Deb. This is one
absolutely.
crazy, crazy, memorable effort, not for the faint of heart, that we will get through this as we
No,
solve
no.
together.
In fact, I would say the general consensus on wordplay today among the commenters is what? You can
But in
do
a good way.
You
I
didn't tell us
mean,
to do that. So, and Sid's put a link to his site in the comments. So thank
is
you for that,
is
Sid.
it sidsgrids.com? Did I
It
get that
is.
right? Excellent.
It's
Cool.
Sid's Grids. Sid
Check
did
out Sid's
grids.
Grids, everybody.
Right.
Seriously, I don't get to solve much because I don't get to solve the New York Times
Yeah,
crossword, but Sid's Grids are one of the few sites I love checking into from time to time. So
absolutely.
shout out to you, Sid. Thanks for all
So
the work you do.
where did you jump into this one, Sam?
I'm very, very fortunate to have just known one across. That doesn't happen
Yeah.
often, but I've seen enough clues. We talk about as you move along from say a Monday to a Tuesday solver, all the way up to those tricky Thursdays, you see wordings and not even wordplay, but just phrasing that's a little familiar to you at this point. So
Right.
I know that cracked a bit is not actually referring to something like an egg or a smile, but I have a
But just a
pretty good
bit.
hunch that it's going to refer to a door being a
A
jar.
jar, which
And I
of
could
course
make
is,
a
a door is not a jar.
well, you could. I was gonna say I'd make a joke about it, but
Yeah.
is that the answer to two down?
I think it might be. I was going to say what a jerk, but
Oh,
that's
okay.
definitely not Timesian. I don't think.
You'd be surprised. Sid, actually, we accepted another puzzle, a themeless puzzle from Sid in our files that has
Uh-oh.
a complete phrase that sounds
No
very similar
spoilers.
to that.
Okay.
No
Well,
spoilers,
we're
though.
looking forward
Oh,
to
I don't
that.
want any updates. Go away, Creative Cloud.
I know
Um,
they update every day. So Nicole Xavier's with us, and she says that 14 across is Coco.
I love that. Yes, Pixar film
Yes,
that premiered in Mexico.
very
Indeed.
nice.
And that gives us, oh, I should have seen this earlier, the berry from Brazil. There's only so many
Uh,
different ways you can clue this. That's our
Tell us, Sam.
acai, three
Yes,
syllables.
that's it's amazing for a four-letter word. James C agrees with Coco, and Nicole also says 20 across is Omega.
So I actually, you know what,
Ooh,
Omega was perfect until we had blank EI.
yeah,
Blank. I probably would have filled in Omega too,
it
honestly.
would fit.
It would fit. But
Yeah,
I think we're looking for, again, Omega's a
Coco.
perfectly cromulent guess.
Right,
But I think we're looking for Psycho, given the letter patterns here.
right.
Both
I
of them
think
fit,
it's
but they
pronounced.
have to work with.
I'm sorry,
It's
Sam.
no, go for it. How do you
I
say
think
it?
it's pronounced Seiko with a long A, not Psycho.
Oh, I said Psycho.
Oh, okay. Sorry. It must
Psycho
be
Psycho watches. Oh my!
must be that Baltimore twang.
It's that Baltimore ew.
Yeah.
In my it's my vowel elision. Did
Or
I get
I
that right? Wow.
possibly. We're not really word people. One down was a great clue, and this was surprising to me. You know, when I look at something like double A, I immediately think batteries.
Mm-hmm. That's one
But
way to look at it.
that was misdirection.
I'm a sports person, so I think minor league baseball, double A ball. But
Yeah,
that wasn't it
but
either.
it's not. It's a plural of a playing card, right?
Aces. I mean, that's
Aces.
we almost could have added some sort of qualifier to that clue. You know, AA, but you know why we
Yeah.
didn't? That? Because it's Thursday. We
There
want to
you
make this
go.
harder.
There you go. Well, we have Nicole Xavier saying "Wicked Trixie," Sid, and Psycho Watches is for the bad guys on the film, says Bill.
Thank you. I'm very here for these puns. I need all the
Chili Bean
puns I can
agrees
get.
on
I have
aces.
coping puns. What's
Yes.
that?
No, Chili Bean agrees on aces. And Piano Man says American Airlines, Alcoholics Anonymous. There were so many options. You're right. You're right.
I've referred to a pair of aces as American Airlines before,
Have you really?
beforehand, or pocket rockets, you could
Oh
say.
man. Well,
Um, there you go. Speaking of rocket, let's check out the answer to four down.
Zoom.
Zoom. R-O blank K blank
I
blank.
think you've already got it.
That was an unintentional giveaway, by the way. I really
Right.
didn't mean to
That's
spoil
okay.
that one.
James
Here,
B thinks 18 down is nose.
facial feature missing from many emojis. This
Oh,
is,
I never noticed that. You're right, James.
yeah, nor did I. And these are the sort of crossword clues that I just delight in on a Thursday. You don't need any sort of esoteric knowledge to answer this
No,
clue. You just have to sit back
you
and
have to
think.
think a little bit.
Just think a bit. Maybe you need a letter or two, and that's totally okay. But yeah,
Exactly. But I think that's great. 2005, Dave is here. He says, "Hi, folks. This puzzle was tricky but fun." And we're going to cruise on with this. Now, let's take a look at 17 across. That's kind
yeah.
of
Wait,
weird.
what the? That looks like a Pokemon name, like
A
Ekans.
crackman, yeah, or some maybe sort of like an Eastern European treat. I'm sorry, because the only, honestly, Sam, the only fried Hanukkah treat I'm aware of is a latke.
Wait, yeah, Deb, we both should get this. We have
We
fried
should.
Hanukkah
Or
trees for
or what
years.
are those? What are
I do
those
at least.
fried donuts? Sufganiyot, I think they're called.
Oh, don't even say. But that does not start with E K
No, it
A
doesn't.
C.
Well,
I
you
mean,
know what?
latkes, potato pancake. I don't.
Well, let's move on. We'll get it later. I know it always clears up in the end if you stick with
Exactly.
it. Nicole says 48 across is maitre d'.
Oh,
That's a good one.
nice one. I see. I know not everybody likes clues like these.
Well,
Think it
I had
reminds a bit too much of
flashbacks.
the SAT.
Yeah, I was
What's
going to
that?
say I get flashbacks from analogy clues,
See,
but
see, mine was like my SAT was not nearly as long ago. And
sorry.
it's I don't know. I
What,
like
they
these
didn't have
associations.
analogies when you took the SAT?
Well, no, I did, but I don't. I guess I just always found this sort of style of clue fun, just because I like it.
Yeah.
I like it when crossword clues do different things. I like being able to see, like just some different structure that isn't like alternative to something something,
Right, right.
co-star in
Exactly.
blah blah blah,
It is good
definition to this
structure.
question mark. I don't know.
Kathy O is with us, and she says 24 down is Poppy. P-A-P.
Oh yes. Actually, oh no, I hate the Red Sox, but
Well,
shout
you know
out to
what?
David Ortiz.
I have no dog in this fight, but I will tell you that is the one sports clue, or at least one modern sports clue that I was able to get on my own,
Hey,
all by myself, no help.
woo! That's like
Woo!
me with the
There-
occasional like here. I don't know my photographers, but
No,
I would have put in a
Nan.
little.
Well, you know what? The reason I knew that was because she also comes up quite a lot in society columns and stuff like that. For some reason, I remember seeing her there.
Okay.
And Valeria Silvestri agrees. 27 down is non.
Here's
Let's see. Nicole Xavier says 55 is M. I don't.
trident shaped letter. Well, I
Oh,
want to let's think. Let's go Greek here. It's
yes.
all Greek to us. There's the Greek
That's
letter that is
yeah.
shaped like a trident that I think a
I
little
think
like.
that's a great one. I think that's a great hint. But let me.
I was
Boy,
Deb. I was
I
gonna
can't
gravitate
remember what the
over.
name of the letter is. I can see it.
I
Uh,
was gonna gravitate over to 27 across, which I think is like a good teachable clue
love
because
this
it
one.
has, you know, mysterious capital letter here on lightning, which is just one of these ways that you can
Yeah.
become a better solver just by identifying
Right.
that, like, lightning's capitalized there. That's a little
Right.
peculiar. We're
Right.
not just referring to thunder
It's
and lightning.
but you know what? That's not a typo. That's deliberate.
No,
There's
yeah,
a reason for it. It's capitalized because it's a proper name. So then you have to think, well, thunder, but not lightning. If the lightning is a proper name, maybe thunder is a proper name too. And it's capitalized because it's at the beginning of the clue, but that's not the only reason. The light capital L in lightning is a hint in the
exactly.
clue. And so the thunder, but not the lightning, is an NBA team.
Is an NBA team a crazy looking answer in a grid? especially if you're
Exactly.
not the most sportsy. So apologize
Well,
for that.
but I think it was a
But
very good clue. Billy
thank you,
Ha is
thank you.
saying, it must say again how enjoyable was Adam Conover's guest spot last week. Thank you very much, Billy. We really enjoyed having Adam on there. And Adam, if you're watching, thanks again. Come back anytime. We loved having you.
Indeed. Here we go. How about 100% A blank blank? Nothing crazy
All,
here. We
give
like
her
giving you your
all.
toe holds on a Thursday.
Absolutely. Nancy Burke Osborne says 10 down is shoot pool. Wow, that's a long one.
Made like a shark? Yes, but so past tense, so it's shot pool. Nice one.
Ah, very
Like a
good.
pool
Good
shark.
point.
That's crazy,
All
crazy.
right. Well, Jessica Goldstein is here to make me feel old. She says analogies were taken off the SAT in the 2000s.
Then
So
where have I
what do
seen
I
them?
know?
I've definitely taken them on standardized testing.
See, I remember very, very vividly when I was, taking my all and hitting it into the slate, for my SAT, that I definitely worked with analogies. So,
That must have been a actually I guess that would have been easier to etch in those colons because
oh,
they're just dots. So you just
yeah,
chip it
yeah,
once
yeah.
and then
See,
you're good, right?
bang, one shot.
You don't have to drag the chisel at all, right?
I don't do
Or
that at
is it a
all. No. And
succession
thank
of
God,
chisel hits
thank
that
God,
you
because
just hope bleed together like a line?
cursive on slate is a pain, man.
And I
Matt,
hated writing cursive for the SAT.
Matt Friedman says Sega for the Sonic creator. I don't know what number that is.
Oh, we got Seiko right now. Just kidding.
Yeah,
Where's the Sonic creator? Oh, we just saw it. Here we go. 26th
there
down.
you go.
Sonic the Hedgehog creator. Nice.
Very
You
nice.
gotta have your toe holds, even on a Thursday puzzle. You know more than you think you do, solvers. Don't be afraid of these
Absolutely.
Thursdays.
Absolutely. Chili Bean agrees with all at
No.
32 across. Nicole Xavier says 34 down is ESC for the escape key.
What a great clue, Sid.
Good.
Just fantastic. Key used to get out, not in, has nothing to do with, locking up your front door. This is the
Right.
escape key on your keyboard.
Right. To get you out of whatever it is you don't want your boss to see at the time. James C says 28 down is block,
Is
BLOC.
block a group of
Very
variables
good.
is a block? Again, you know this when you have enough letters,
Yeah,
right? It's just
absolutely.
like that.
William Gewirtz has a nice one. 29 down is altimeters.
Altimeters, nice
Nice.
work. Interesting answer too. I like learning just a or being able to dissect this as like a fun fact.
Oh yeah. Can we get 43 across? Because that's a short one. We already have the first two. See ya.
See ya, I'm out.
See ya.
Ciao.
That's got to be chow. Yeah. Like
Nice
that.
one. How about this? Gaming novice slangily. We're always referring to this in
Noob.
a gaming context, but I feel like
Noob. Yeah.
I got I just don't get the chance to really call Will a noob to his face. So
And it's probably good for your employment.
it is
You
probably
know.
good to my employment. I still make fun of Will for AOL mail, but that's about it.
I know we all do, but that's okay. Um, let's see. Sid Sivakumar says altimeters was unintentionally topical given the recent David Blaine stunt, but I'll take it. I know that David Blaine was about to or already did some sort of a stunt or performance. I'm not clear on what it was, but I'm guessing that air pressure had something to do with possibly gravity. Who knows?
Elevate yourself on top of something.
Right, right, right. Billy Haas's 19 across is onto.
Not
OXDF.
bamboozled by. Onto. Nice one. Again,
Exactly.
you just know this. You need a letter
Then,
or two. Boom.
yeah, and then you can try to solve the downs, and before you know it, the whole corner's done.
Let's see. Unfinished story with a question mark. So
Huh.
it's Trixie. Don't think of this literally. And then there's the
Oh,
ones over there.
wait,
Oh, you
wait,
got
wait.
this?
I think I know.
Go for it.
Story can have one more than one meaning. It's not just a story you tell.
Mm-hmm.
It could be the story of a building. I've seen this before because I do crossword puzzles on the regular. And I think the unfinished story, although that's a big assumption about my house, is attic.
Nice work. I thought you were trying to say that you do crosswords a lot in your attic. Or there
Oh,
are some unfinished
listen.
crosswords in your attic.
The spiders up there help me.
Yes.
We
They're the
have
cobwebs when you do
right.
crosswords. Can't
Nancy
swing
Burke
that.
Osborne says 39 down is gay rodeo. That makes a debut today, which is
What a
fabulous.
fresh answer, Sid. Loved seeing this
Yes,
one.
sporting event profiled in the 2014 documentary Queens and Cowboys.
I like a clue. It's I like a clue like this too because it gives you enough context to get the answer. If you're like, haven't seen
Right.
this phrase before.
Exactly.
Um,
Hopping up back to the Northeast, Billy Haas says 11 down is one of his favorites from
ooh,
Sid today. One seeking change.
that's so tough. I mean, change is
Yeah.
such a
Change
vague
is tough
meaning.
to
Coins. What's that?
change is tough to make.
I need it for
Um,
my laundry though.
right.
Um,
Well, I read that clue as somebody who is seeking change in, say, policy or change in government or change in,
mhm.
someone who's looking for something to actually change. I don't think that's quite where that clue is going.
Well, here I got Deb. Check this out.
Okay.
Look at this. Look at this. We talk about how much we love our twin clues and how elegant they can be sometimes, or
Yep.
related clues at least. There's the one over here crossing
The
the
one over.
ones over there, and these clues themselves
Oh,
aren't
I love
too hard.
that.
So what are the ones over there?
The ones
There's
over there, you mean this one?
well, this is the one over here, Deb.
Oh, the one over
But the
here.
ones
Now,
over there,
I feel like Grover on Sesame Street with the near and the far. Uh, the
I
ones over there would be those.
I see. I took this as more of like a Monty Python sketch. No,
Oh, okay.
those. Oh, so this, that one, this. So I stand guard here while you leave. And sorry, I'm doing a Holy Grail reference.
That is,
But
yes. I leave the room as soon
I
as you. Sorry. Okay,
exactly
well, keepeth would be half because we
half.
have to stay with the old fashioned, the biblical language
We
there.
have we
Have to, yes. And
minor dust up.
that's got to be a spat.
Got to be a spat, and then
That's
one.
an odd combination of
Eight.
letters.
Pennsylvania, New Hampshire. So maybe this is Arkansas.
Uh,
That's not right, is it?
that's wild. Okay. Tilly Bean wants to go to down to 63 across, and
63 across. All right.
that's tied. Got even.
Literally got even with. We're halfway.
Absolutely. Look at that. You guys are killing this one. Nicole Xavier agrees with those, and James Cease has solved 11 down for us. He says it's panhandler. Woo!
Sure.
Look at you
Strong,
guys
fresh
go.
answer with a nice clue. Nice
This is
combo.
awesome.
Shot pool, panhandler, this crossing those. This was a really fun quarter.
It
Especially
was.
motivated by
I
those
really
clues.
enjoy aside from the theme, which is pretty
Mhm.
cool, a really cool find as far as I'm concerned, because that's what crossword constructors do. They notice things that other people don't notice, and they put them all together and shove them into a grid.
And
you
this
know,
is why you should attend, when we can, crossword tournaments because you get to hear some of these crazy nerdy conversations and everybody's
absolutely.
on the same wavelength,
So
firing
you
ideas
guys
at
have
each other. Ridiculous
Apollo,
wordplay.
the Apollo command module for one. That one, it ends in space,
Well,
but that's kind of weird to me because it's a space capsule.
but and
How does
okay,
that work?
blank,
Could
blank,
it be
blank,
cap
space.
cap
Not a
space?
Taylor Swift song.
No.
Um, but and there's also a circled letter around this S, which makes me think like we're featuring like let's start at this letter. We're featuring this
Oh.
letter somehow. But I
So
like that we have space. I just don't know what these first three letters are. I
maybe
mean,
it's
space caps.
cap, short for capsule.
Cap space. That's actually
Cap space.
that's a term
That's
in football team ownership.
is it really?
Yeah.
I
How
thought it
much do you
sounded
have
like
cap space to sign all these players?
I thought it
Um,
sounded like a keyboard key. But for right now, Nicole Xavier says 66 across is être, the French word,
French 101 verb.
right?
Excellent. We've got interesting.
Some letters on history exams.
So that's a plural in the clue. So I like putting an S right there.
Yeah. Oh, I know. If it's history, it's got to be dates.
Dates. Indeed.
There you
And
go.
that'll give us Womp womp.
Also, East.
Sopranos co-star.
Now, let me ask you a question about this. Oh, I think I get it. I just, all it takes is asking the question for the answer to appear in your head. It's like
Cobbled
hitting
together.
the send button on an email, and then you're like, oh, got it.
Thank goodness for undo send. Yeah.
Sopranos co-star, at first I didn't understand why it had a question mark
Hmm.
because alto is pretty obvious given the letter pattern and the number of letters. But I think, if correct me if I'm wrong, it probably has a question mark because they were hoping that by using the word co-star, people would think of the television show The Sopranos.
Exactly. And another reason why we kind of had to put a question mark here to indicate that this clue is a stretchy one is because if we really, really wanted to refer to The Sopranos as in the
Yeah.
show, we would have needed to put quotes around here somehow.
Ah, got
So
it.
we
Those
really
are the
needed
things.
to indicate in this clue that it was a stretchy one for you.
Okay, got it. Well, that makes a lot of sense, and I'm glad you explained that.
For sure.
Nicole agrees with dates and says 44 across is scar.
What chickenpox can cause is a scar.
No, I
Interesting
know it.
angle. Well then,
Yep.
um, let's see. Now,
Matt,
what's this right here? D
which one?
blank ERB. Fruity loaf with a moist texture. I was gonna say something with date, but date is already there
Yeah,
given.
you can't have both.
Loaf, so it's gonna be something bread, right?
Well, I think so.
Buns
A lot of people are saying that 52 down, is it 52 down? Yes,
yes.
is Alito.
Is
The
Alito on the
college-
Supreme Court? That
Exactly.
gives us so-so, and then some
Now, this
pastry
looks,
I've clearly never heard of.
it looks Welsh to me. I mean, their bread.
It looks, see, I was thinking it could be something I get at IKEA. You know?
Ah, yeah. No, then it would have to have an umlaut over it.
Ah, yes, but we don't have those in Crossword Puzzle. We get in
No, we
trouble for
don't.
that
We
until
don't.
but
We can't. We're not budgeted for diacritical marks. Um,
speaking of
let's.
weird letters, I am going to put in psi right here now since we talked about that
Oh, that.
one.
Thank you.
There you go.
Can we do 41 down because we've got three
Oh,
quarters of
yeah.
that one.
Finish with up. It's
W
not
wrap up.
wrap up.
Right? You see how
Good.
you guys know more than you think you do? I had no idea what that was.
And also that convention, I mean, it's because yeah, finish is the clue, and so you
Right.
read it as wrap up. That's what that with and then up, or when you see a clue that says like without, it means you got to
Ah.
combine this answer with that word to make it synonymous.
Now, William Gewirtz is saying consider backwards. Huh.
Well, what is that? Well, let's look at 38 across running.
All right. Not gni. What does not gni mean?
That's what the Knights Who Say Ni said when you
Right.
started.
It's a silent G. A lot of people don't know that.
I'll stop with these Monty
Okay.
Python references, though I know you're here for it.
Well, I'm always here for Monty Python. Nicole Xavier says 58 down is knit, Knit.
Knit, work with needles could be.
Love that.
And then synthetic blank 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 K. What's this? We should get this one. MYO.
MYOB. Mind your own business.
I was intending just to spell it out, and have that blank letter, but kind of said it just like that. MYOB.
All right. James C says 50 down.
50 down.
50 down is type in.
Is type in. Interesting answer.
Okay.
Fresh. Doesn't show up very often.
High clip, but we don't have enough letters for that.
We don't. I mean, I'll say this. It also could be a tie bar. So
it could be. It could be. But let's see. Yeah. What is that one? Natural.
Well, that's going to be aloe. So it is a tie pin.
Yeah.
A tie pin was just as popular.
Tie bar. There you go.
Yes. That's like the I bar in crosswords, but there's a T at the front.
Right, exactly. Or T-top.
Or a tie bar is like a place where you can self-serve yourself, larb guy, or a bunch of other spicy entrees.
Right, exactly. Oh my God, love that. Matt Friedman and Chili Bean are both saying "Bam Bam."
Bam Bam, because they got 47 down. Bam Bam Bigelow.
Yeah, I had never heard. I thought that was a great entry, and I had no idea who he was until I looked him up for wordplay so I could explain it. And fascinating guy.
All sorts of fresh stuff in this grid, by the way.
What?
I don't think we would have seen you know, quasi triple stack of a gay rodeo noob and Bam Bam in a crossword 10 years ago. You
I
know,
really
some
don't think we
ultra
would
fresh stuff.
have.
Love it.
Let's see.
Oh,
What?
Deb,
Hey, we got a revealer. It says,
revealer.
it says recover or what 17, 25, 38, and 51 across do. Huh.
Recover. You know, recover, like, let me think. Recovering after, you know, you have an embarrassing omission in
You
spelling
could,
bee.
if they could be, yes. It could be recovering your couch.
That, yeah,
That's
oh, wow,
another
I didn't
kind
even
of
think about that.
recovering.
Um,
Well, you know what? We're going to have to come back to that one. Let's see.
was that
Nicole
intentional?
Xavier, Nicole Xavier says 61 is econ.
Oh, I like that. Econ, Monopoly, subject, abbreviation in the clue means abbreviation in the answer.
Exactly. Chili Bean says 70 across is meats.
Bumps into is meat, a little more idiomatic there, but not
Socially
really needing a
distant,
question mark. What's that?
hopefully. Socially distantly.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Hopefully.
yeah, with your mask on.
Exactly.
Metaphorically, not physically.
Nicole Xavier also says aisle. I think she's talking about 60 down.
49 down.
Oh, sorry, 49 down.
I'll find it for you.
Oh,
Place to be marooned. Isn't
there
I'm
you go.
so
Yeah,
sorry.
as long as you have your basketball with you, or no, your volleyball, Wilson. Hey, you know what's funny? We haven't done that center or the top at all.
Should we? Why, how? We
Mhm.
still haven't figured out, you know, what Ekans evolves into that isn't arbitrary.
No, and in fact, Chili Bean says 64 across is brings back. That could be
Oh, I like the back part,
yeah.
but the literal back part of his
Right.
answer. But we have that either, and like it's got to be aisle, right? Now,
Exactly.
how about also another thing, and it's just a little subtlety. That was a great guess. Whoever guessed that, I cannot underscore that enough. But just, you know, a little tip is that it doesn't have that S there. It's not recovers. So it's not going to be,
Right.
that's how you know it's not going to be brings back. It has to be in the exact same, it has to
Yeah.
match the subject, right?
So it's going
Just
to
to,
be a singular word before back. So we're going to figure out what that is, though.
we will.
In the meantime, Nick Holt says 60 down is Dale, or thinks it's Dale.
Glenn is a
Glenn,
Dale
yeah,
or
Glendale,
Glendale.
famous country singer, right? And Kathy's got it, but we're gonna string this out a little longer, Kathy, and so does Nicole. Well, Nicole made a good guess, but you know what? Let's get a little more of this. We need that wide swath right down the center of the puzzle there.
Well, I was gonna say these last two. I'm a little confused. I
Ah,
have to say
okay,
because this is scraped out. The parenthetical, it means it's gonna follow both the clue and the answer.
right,
So
and
that's.
past tense. So let's put that D in there. It would be eked.
But what is
A
the
D,
D?
bank security option.
This was absolutely
Oh,
diabolical.
yeah.
Nicole was a great guess. The
You know,
Dale
you can
works.
always sing
Honestly.
over hill, over dale, we will hit the trusty trail. But in this case, it's not a dale. It could be, it should be. But in this case, the answer is veil because the crosser is levy. And that bank security option is one evil clue because we're not talking about a financial tool. We're talking about a riverbank,
Exactly.
and a security option for a riverbank would be a levee. Wow, that was
Vale, I'll be damned.
oh god.
Um, sorry.
Yes, Nick
Um,
says also Vale. Good
listen.
comeback, Nick. All right, so we've got a lot of people who are agreeing with the revealer, but they're sort of in the neighborhood, but not quite yet. So let's keep going.
What is so you're saying they're not quite right with the
We're
question?
not quite right. No,
But
they
here's
are
0% of the population is no one, right?
okay.
So that gives us a
Gotta have that.
and then synthetic M-O blank K.
Huh?
Mork.
More
Mook.
moat.
M- m- m-
Well, you know, maybe knit is wrong.
Wait. Mock. like a synthetic
Oh.
material. A tough way to clue it. Mock
That
is
is,
in the
yeah,
adjective.
that's a
Mock.
Thursday. Kathy O's head just exploded. She said, "Oh, I just got it."
What do we have? So what do we have at 64 crossed out?
Oh, well, you know what? Instead of doing that, let's see if we can solve some of the others.
Oh, okay. I like this. Do we? What's the best one? Do it. Dare ban. I
There,
got nothing.
I still think that's a Welsh
It
bread,
really, it's
but
oh wait, it's the Beast of Derbanog. I'll stop.
yeah, right.
That's it.
The
And
sharp,
scene. No
pointy
more
teeth.
Monty Python.
How about 30 down? Let's try 30 down there.
I like that. Mineralogical eponym. Ugh,
Eponym. Boy,
say
that's a
that 5 times
mouthful.
fast.
Well, an eponym is something that is named for a person. And the only mineralogical eponym I know of is Mohs for the Mohs scale.
Mohs with an H, tricky spell. I
Right.
always spell this Mhos. I screw it up every time, I think. But it's
Right.
Mohs scale, the
Well,
hardness scale.
that's his Greek relative. Uh, Sid Sid says, Deb, if it were Welsh, it would have 100% fewer vowels. You know what? I have friends in Wales, and I have to argue with that. They actually sometimes they cram the vowels in there one after another. That's one interesting thing about the Welsh language. One adorns the Statue of Liberty. Well, most people would probably think of her gown, her book, her torch, her crown, but there is a poem
Clue.
by Emma Lazarus adorning the Statue of Liberty as well.
I thought you said Mel Lazarus at first, like the cartoonist, and I was about to be very confused. Oh.
um,
Polite term of address.
Yep, James C. and Nicole Xavier agree with poem, and Nicole also says ma'am, polite term of address.
Got that.
Although I will tell you that I was a little insulted the first time I got ma'amed on a bus. Like,
Oh,
here, ma'am, would you like to sit down?
sure.
No, no.
So is
I'm
it a
not.
polite or
Who are you
potentially
mamming?
impolite term of address?
Well, no, it's just
I'm
kind of hard to accept it when you get to the ma'am stage of your life. All right, let's keep going here.
well,
What else have we
first
got?
of all, just hold the.
Yeah.
What is going on here?
Well,
Not gnih awal.
you know as well as I do, Sam, that the only way to finish a crossword puzzle is just to fill in random letters.
Well, it certainly looks like it here.
It does. It really does.
I got
But the
nothing. I
circle,
really
that
don't. I should
circle
know where Whitman College is, and I
is,
don't.
yeah, the circle is bothering me. Let's see if we can finish those two in the east.
Yeah.
What is
Action under a file menu.
hmm,
Oh, and there's
action?
also, I really liked this clue, Rama and Krishna,
Ah,
e.g.
that would be gods,
That would be gods.
right? And how about save? Action under a
Esk is a
file
save.
menu.
That's all you
Very
do.
important. Very
And
important.
then, yeah,
If you don't have
very
an
important.
autosave.
Thank goodness for autosave in our
Oh, thank God.
in your wordplay columns now.
Oh, it saved me countless times.
And
Uh,
tears.
Get unionized is an interesting one. As the member of a union, I say, yay, get unionized. Enjoy your long holiday weekend and thank a union member for it. But it's not that kind of a union.
It's not get unionized. So like, be inert as a gas.
No, but James C says it would be wed, as in make a union,
I like that way better.
which I
Before
like.
time is Eve. So then, okay. Oh my gosh, it left off the best part of the pronunciation.
It
Not
really does.
ganissa wallow. Did I get it right?
Well, you know what's interesting? People are catching on. Aki has two of them. Euro Maestro asks, "Do you guys want help?" Because
Please,
apparently,
please.
we,
I'm
apparently
waving
we
my
don't know
flag
what we're
here. I
doing.
need everything I
Yes,
can get.
we would like all of the help we can get.
Please.
Yes, and Kimberly agrees on wed. Um, Yes, please, Euromaestro, if you want, please put your guesses in the comments.
Please.
And Nicole says that's a nice way to clue wed. I thought it was too. Let's see. So I'm going to just tell you a couple of guesses on some of the theme entries, and I'm not quite sure how they're getting this. They must be way smarter than we are, Sam.
Please pronounce them in the best
Okay.
way you can.
So somebody is saying that that actually reads banana bread.
No, because that's their. Well, what even is the last letter?
Right.
First of all,
Well, let's look at the down.
not
The
quite
down.
right. Crossing. Zany.
I got that one.
Okay, what do we
That's
got?
a cute one. That's a geometry clue. If it's
It,
not quite right, it's acute
it's a cute
because we're
clue,
talking about
Nicole.
right angles. Now, I will say to you that from a strictly geometric point of view, if it had more letters, it could also be obtuse because that's
I,
not quite right either. But in this case, it's acute because that's all the letters we have.
I guess it's all in your frame of reference because I guess I
Euromaestro
would
wants
say
us, I'm sorry, Euromaestro wants us to pick which clue we would like help with.
Euromeister, please help us with 17 across
Yeah,
and 25 across.
17 across is we can't get it. They don't make any sense to us.
But
Um,
keeps okay, so that has to be bounced back, right? But
it has to be bounced back, but what does
please
that
help
have
me.
to do with the theme entries?
And then this is what zany actions and antic crossing CC
Yes,
keeps posted in a way.
Ho and James C agree on antics. So does Chili Bean and Kimberly.
Also, a note that for the diehard crossword solvers that are those curious, we
Yes.
left off an indicator like a for short here for two reasons. One, because it's a Thursday puzzle, we think this just makes it just a little bit harder, but still is fair. You would say
Mhm.
CCs, you don't naturally say carbon copies.
Exactly.
Um,
Yeah.
but
It's well,
also, or go for it.
no, no, no. Go ahead.
I was just going to say the other reason, and this is just, more of an editorial preference. We're like, well, we've already given one tag here. Like, it definitely needs that in a way. This
Right.
is just one way to keep someone posted.
It's a
And
little
it's,
it's a little stretchy, but CC's is definitely the way most people would refer to it.
yeah, but it's just like, there's no point in saying keeps posted in a way.
Uh-huh. Now,
Frank,
Euromicro says you asked him for help with 17 across, Sam, and he says it looks like a cacnopoda. You with us, Sam? You're a little frozen right now.
back. Oh, I'm here.
Oh,
Can you hear me?
okay. I can hear you.
I'm here. I
17
can hear
across
you.
looks like a cacnopoda.
A cacnopoda. I put that in. I transposed.
Napota.
How about it?
There you
Are you
go.
there?
Good. Yes, I'm here. Kimberly wants to know what's the clue on the space word. Kimberly, the clue is Apollo command module for one.
Blank, blank, blank space.
Right.
Crossing,
Exaggerate.
exaggerate for effect.
Yeah.
UV, or I love this clue because I'm a science
That's
geek.
that's a
This is
really
just
cool.
such a nice find.
That is a metal clue.
Oh,
Sorry. Listen,
oh,
you got all the cope jokes today. You have to share, Sam.
you're right. You're right. You're right. Though you get to make all the cope jokes.
Oh, that's true.
Um,
Yeah, but I
we've got
went easy on you.
uranium, vanadium, and tungsten because that makes sense.
Okay,
Just
yeah,
kidding,
right.
it's Latin. How about this? Core of an alkaline battery. Another sciencey clue.
Oh, nope, not coming to me right now. Let's try another one. Sorry, I've got you're frozen again, Sam. Try it again. Oh,
Means first letter. Am I
uh,
still with you?
you're still here. Nancy Burke Osborne says start at the circle, go to the end, and then backwards.
Whoa. Okay, easy,
Oh.
easy, easy. So, which one should we do that for?
Let's try 17 across because I'm
Okay.
hungry. It's lunchtime. Uh,
E.
so now reading backwards,
Wait, wait, wait.
Topancake. That spells potato pancake. Wow. And Aki's got it
Rip.
too. I'm hanging. Holding on for you, Sam, because you're frozen again. I don't know if I am or if anyone can hear me, but I'm just going to continue while we
Go
wait
for
for
it.
Sam.
Go for it.
Let's see. Nicole Xavier says that 7 down is anode, which makes sense.
You got that? I'm not talking. I'm leaving it to you if you can hear
Okay, that's all right. You're actually unfrozen now for me
me.
anyway. We people are agreeing on potato pancake. Um, Euromaestro
Wait.
agrees with anode for battery and LU space for 25 across. ELU space, which would spell out space and then coming back capsule. And that is why we're bouncing back. You read from left. Oh, actually, you read from left to right, starting at the circled letter, bounce off the end of the puzzle or the black square, and read back. Bounce
What a fun
back.
effect.
That is so
Yeah.
cool.
I mean, my eyes are literally bouncing back as I read these
That's
answers, you know?
right. And Valeria Silvestri agrees it's Walla Walla, Washington.
Oh. And then it is banana bread, isn't it?
It is banana bread, yes. And Chili Bean thinks that 5 down is CPA.
H&R Block Worker, you got it. We got
There you go.
7 letters left. Let's bring this
Oh
home.
man, let's bring
Here
this
we
one
go.
home, you guys.
Well, here we've
Bring
got the
this
first
home.
letter of this one. What's the gadget shaped like its first letter? A C.
A C clamp.
So a clamp. Boom.
There you go.
You got it.
6 down.
Org in Die Hard.
LAPD maybe. I didn't
LAPD.
really watch them. We're almost there. Do or die time. That would be D-Day. Hi,
And
kids.
then
Um,
what do we have
I
left?
wasn't alive for that one either. We're almost done. Exaggerate for effect would be play up.
We solved the
Wow.
Thursday crossword.
That was very cool.
By the way,
Sid, if you're still with us, that was an incredible construction.
a tour de force.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Euromeister says, I told you it was banana bread. And thank you. Thank you for that,
Absolutely bananas
Euromeister.
puzzle. We've
Yes,
got
it was a banana puzzle.
potato pancake, space capsule,
Wow.
Walla Walla, Washington, and banana bread. And
That's
Deb,
amazing.
I know we were talking about this earlier. Like, do these all work the same way?
Yeah.
And my answer is they do, as long as you start at the circled letter, like, and then you use each end letter only once. It still works just fine. There's Potato, for instance,
Right.
SPACE space capsule. And then this one, it's a little confusing because it's the same word twice, but it's Walla Walla. So it's kind of a palindrome almost.
Right.
Whatever you want to call that. We need some new neologism. Washington.
Yeah. And Sid says,
Banana bread.
I had a few options for the theme entries, but I picked the most delicious options available. And you certainly did. I was amazed personally that you found that once, but then you found it 4 times, which is incredible. Sid, if you can hear us, how many options did you have altogether? How many phrases work this way?
Yeah, I was just going to say, I'm sure our solvers would love to hear that. And it's also, Sid,
Yeah.
you actually, from the constructing side, you illustrate a really good point out there for all you aspiring constructors, in that sometimes a theme, you might have many options on the cutting room floor,
But
and
they don't
you're
always
just going to
fit.
want to pick the best ones that work for the sake of symmetry.
Right.
It's really important to explore all your possible options so that you can get the best ones possible. You know?
Absolutely. And they all have to sparkle and they all have to work. So it has to be a tight, interesting theme set, but you also may have to make compromises so that the rest of your fill in the puzzle is also sparkling and lively. You don't want to insist that something's in there and then fill it with crud around it.
Exactly, because at the end of the day, the puzzle you make, it's all about you solvers, right? You want
Yep.
the solver to be able to enjoy the puzzle and, of course, be able to complete the puzzle. You know?
And a lot of people are saying such nice things. The puzzle was so twisty, very nice. I love this one. And Sid says he found about 20 possible theme entries,
Oh
but some
wow.
of them were less than exciting. And Sam hit it on the head. I chose ones that were not only symmetrical, but also fun to discover. And that's why the puzzle worked so well and was so enjoyable. A lot of people don't believe that that kind of creativity should be in a crossword puzzle. Some people complain about Thursdays because they just want to be able to fill words into squares. And that's a valid goal for a crossword puzzle. But one day a week for us freaks who like this kind of stuff, it is really nice to see something fresh and exciting and really, really good with such great non-theme fill to boot.
That's the key too. Is we want to make sure even if the theme didn't do much for you. I mean, Sid, my goodness, man, like there's gay rodeo, there's altimeters with a cool
Yeah.
clue, panhandlers, shot pool with a cool clue, even things what we really like, which is actually hard to even communicate from us on the editing side to our favorite constructors, is we really like things like rocket and clamp and
Yeah.
antic that can just get good clues. This crossing those.
Hmm.
Lots of fun throughout, Sid. And truly, truly, just fantastic puzzle all around. Solvers, I hope you enjoyed this one as much as I did to edit.
Yes, kudos to Sid. Hope to see many more from you in the future. We're going to have to wrap up, but thank you very much for joining us today. It was a beautiful day for a crossword puzzle, and we were glad you were here to play with us. Join us next week. We will be back, same time, same bat Twitter handle.
Will we? I
Oh,
couldn't
no,
remember if
I'm sorry.
next week was the one we were off. Sorry.
That's
I,
right.
I
My
think
apologies.
unclear
Let
if
me
we're here
roll
next week.
that back. We are off next Sunday as our brilliant producer Veronica takes a well-deserved vacation from us, and gets some rest. But we will be back the following Thursday, and we hope to see you then. Have a great afternoon, everybody. This is Deb Amlen and Sam Ezersky and Sid Sivakumar for the New York Times. Happy solving.
Have a good one, everybody.